Fear, it's something we all experience. It lurks in the shadows of our minds, waiting for the right moment to strike. But what if I told you that fear isn't the enemy? What if fear is actually a tool, one that, if harnessed correctly, can make us stronger? Today, we're going to talk about how to face our fears, and we'll do it through the story of one of the most iconic heroes of all time, Batman. Batman's origin, a story of fear and transformation. Before he was the Dark Knight, he was just a boy, Bruce Wayne. A child who had everything: a loving family, wealth, a future filled with possibilities. But one tragic night changed everything. Picture this, a young Bruce Wayne and his parents, Thomas and Martha Wayne, leaving a theater after watching The Mark of Zorro. They take a shortcut through a dark alley, when suddenly a man emerges from the shadows. A gun is drawn. A struggle. 2 gunshots echo through the night. And just like that, Bruce's world crumbles. His parents were gone. Murdered before his eyes. And at that moment, Bruce was introduced to fear in its purest form. The transformation, turning fear into strength. Bruce could have let fear consume him. Many would have. But instead, he made a decision, a vow. He wouldn't be a victim. He wouldn't let fear control him. Instead, he would become something more. His journey wasn't easy. He traveled the world, training his mind and body. He studied criminology, mastered martial arts, and pushed himself beyond human limits. But one of his most defining moments came from an encounter with a bat. As a child, Bruce had fallen into a cavern beneath Wayne Manor. He was terrified, surrounded by a swarm of bats. That fear haunted him for years. But as an adult, he returned to that same cave and embraced the very thing that had once terrified him. He made it his symbol, his armor. "I shall become a bat," he declared. And thus, Batman was born. Overcoming fear, Batman's greatest challenges. Throughout his journey, Batman faced enemies who embodied different aspects of fear. Scarecrow, a villain who uses fear toxins to manipulate people's worst nightmares. The Joker, an agent of chaos who thrives on fear and unpredictability. Bane, a physical and psychological force who tested Batman's endurance. Each battle was more than just a fight, it was a test of Bruce's ability to control fear rather than let it control him. And that's where we can learn from him. How can we apply this to real life? So, how can we, in our everyday lives, face our fears the way Batman does? Let's break it down into practical steps. Acknowledge your fear. The first step is recognizing what you're afraid of. Fear of failure? Fear of rejection? Fear of the unknown? Identify it. Understand it. Just like Bruce analyzed crime and psychology, you need to understand why your fear exists. Is it rooted in past experiences? Is it based on reality or just perception? Confront it gradually. Batman didn't become the Dark Knight overnight. He trained for years. Likewise, face your fears step by step. If you're afraid of public speaking, start with small groups. If you fear heights, take gradual steps toward overcoming it. Use it as a tool. Fear is not always a weakness. It can sharpen your instincts, make you more cautious, and push you to prepare better. The key is to control it rather than let it control you. Adopt a powerful mindset. Batman wears the bat suit as a symbol, transforming his fear into a source of strength. What's your suit? Confidence? Knowledge? Skills? Find what empowers you. Closing message: becoming your own Dark Knight. Fear is inevitable. It's part of being human. But like Batman, we have a choice. We can let fear define us, or we can use it to shape us into something greater. So the next time fear creeps into your mind, remember, fear is not your enemy. It's your greatest teacher. Face it. Embrace it. And like Batman, rise above it. Scene transition, final shot of Batman standing on a rooftop, overlooking Gotham, with the bat signal in the sky. Be your own hero. Face your fears. And become the legend you were meant to be.